Distinguished administrators, respected academic staff, honored alumni, invited guests, students, and friends. Welcome to the General Convocation and Outstanding Alumni Awards of the 92nd Commerce Week of the UST College of Commerce and Business Administration. Today, we celebrate under the inspiring theme, Road to a Century of Excellence, 92 years of shaping innovators and trailblazers. This morning, we gather not only to commemorate a remarkable 92-year legacy, but also to honor excellence, leadership, and service. We pay tribute to our outstanding alumni whose achievements, integrity, and dedication to continue to bring pride and distinction to our beloved college. As we reflect on the milestones of the past and envision the possibilities of the future, may this celebration remind us of the enduring Tomasian values that guide us toward our centennial and beyond. I am Michelle Ivan M. Avila, College Secretary of the UST College of Commerce and Business Administration, and it is my honor and privilege to serve as your Master of Ceremonies for today's program. To formally open this convocation, we now request everyone to please rise for the procession of the academic staff, administrative officials, keynote speaker, and this year's Outstanding Alumni awardees. First, let us all welcome members of the College of Commerce Business Administration academic staff. Academic staff of the Business Economics Department, academic staff of the Financial Management Department, academic staff of the Human Resources Management Department, academic staff of the Marketing Management Department, and lastly, academic staff of the Entrepreneurship Department. Up next, let us all welcome our department chairpersons. From the Business Economics Department, Associate Professor Eric G. Pasquin, PhD. From the Financial Management Department, Instructor Lourdes Francesca D. Rebadilla, MBA. From the Human Resources Management Department, Instructor James Romulus M. Buson, MS, HRM. From the Marketing Management Department, Associate Professor Antonio E. Etrata, Jr., PhD. From the Entrepreneurship Department, Associate Professor Nancy C. Bartolome, PhD. Now, we are pleased to welcome the President of the UST College of Commerce, Alumni Foundation, Incorporated, Ms. Irene Arroyo. Now, we warmly welcome the administrative officials of the College of Commerce and Business Administration. Associate Professor Marie Antoinette L. Rosetta, PhD, Assistant Dean. Next would be Professor Alfred Rich C. Navarrete, PhD, Dean. And of course, our beloved Regent, Reverend Father Sinen R. Ecleo, OP, Regent. We warmly welcome our distinguished keynote speaker of this year's General Convocation, Mr. Rafael G. Ayuste, Jr. We extend our warm welcome to our 2026 Outstanding Alumni Awardees. First, from the field of Banking and Finance, Mr. Salvador Serrano from Batch 1986. Next, from the field of Community Service, Mr. Ruben Thomas Nagtalon Jr. from Batch 1995. May I invite everyone to please remain standing for the invocation and the singing of the national anthem. Please be seated.
Give us eyes to see with, ears to hear with, hands to do the work of God with, feet to walk with, and mouth to preach the word of salvation with. And may the angel of peace to watch over us and lead us at last by our Lord's gift to the kingdom. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please be seated. To formally welcome us this morning, may I call on the Assistant Dean of the College of Commerce and Business Administration, Associate Professor Marie Antoinette L. Rosetta, PhD, to deliver the welcome remarks.
Reverend Father Sinen Ecleo OP, Regent of the College of Commerce and Business Administration, Associate Professor Alfaithvich Navarrete, PhD, Dean of our college, Ms. Michelle Avila, our college secretary, all department chairs, Ms. Irene Arroyo, President of the College of Commerce Alumni Foundation, Incorporated, our distinguished guests and alumni awardees, the academic staff, and most especially, the future Tomasian leaders who are our audience today. We stand today at a significant threshold in the history of the University of Santo Tomas College of Commerce and Business Administration. It is with great honor and a profound sense of pride that I welcome you all to the general convocation of our 92nd Foundation Week. Our theme for this year, Road to a Century of Excellence, 92 years of shaping innovators and trailblazers, serves as a powerful testament to our enduring mission. It invites us to reflect on a legacy that began in 1933, a legacy defined by resilience, academic rigor, and an unwavering commitment to the Tomasian core values. As we embark on this celebration, we pause to acknowledge our patron, Saint Matthew the Apostle. As a former publican called to a higher mission, he serves as the ultimate archetype for our discipline. He reminds us that the pursuit of commerce is not merely the management of wealth, but a vocation rooted in integrity, accountability, and a heart for service. May his intercession guide our deliberations and actions always. For nearly a century, this college has served as a cornerstone of business education in the Philippines. Our commitment to excellence is not merely an aspirational goal, it is a validated reality. We take pride in our recent strides in applying for Level 4 Pakukoa accreditation and our continuous efforts towards international certification. These milestones are a tribute to the collective hard work of our academic staff and students, ensuring that a degree from this college remains a mark of global competency. Our halls have nurtured minds that look beyond the status quo, utilizing critical thinking and ethical frameworks to solve the complex challenges of the modern marketplace. We celebrate generations of graduates who have established new standards of leadership in industry, governance, and social enterprise. As we navigate the road to a century, we recognize that our 92nd year is a vital bridge to our centennial. In an era characterized by rapid technological advancement and shifting economic paradigms, our role as an institution of higher learning becomes even more critical. We are tasked with ensuring that the excellence we celebrate today remains sustainable for the next 8 years and the century to follow. This requires a steadfast dedication to competence, commitment, and compassion, the hallmarks of a true Tomasian professional. Let us honor our past by reaffirming our commitment for the future. May the activities and solemnities of this general convocation inspire you to hold the prestige of the gold and white, and may you continue to blaze trails that reflect the light of truth. Congratulations to all, and may God bless our college.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rosete, for your warm welcome. To inspire and guide us as we celebrate our College Foundation Day, may I now invite the Regent of the College of Commerce and Business Administration, Reverend Father Senen R. Ecleo OP, to deliver his inspirational message.
Professor Alfred Navarrete, our Dean, Dr. Rosete, the Assistant Dean, Ms. Avila, the Faculty Secretary, the various heads and chairpersons of the different academic units, most especially a special acknowledgement of the awardees for this year. I am also glad to see the COCOFI members here, the faculty members, and most especially the students who are here. This morning, we had our usual liturgical activities in Santissimo Rosario Parish. The Mass was pretty special because one of the brothers was celebrating his birthday. And it reminded me that celebrating a birthday is truly a reason to rejoice because, as Father De La Rosa, former rector, said before, we are truly happy that you were born. We are truly glad that you existed and that God has given you this gift of life. And I am reminded by our foundation, Commerce, 92 years ago. And I'm also very glad and very happy that we have the College of Commerce and Business Administration, that we have alumni, outstanding, excelling in their respective fields, and becoming inspiration for our future business leaders, our very own students. I am grateful to God for that. And that is why the first feeling that I have immensely in my heart is gratitude to God. Thank you, God, for the College of Commerce and Business Administration. Thank you, God. I am also part of the College of Commerce and Business Administration. Yes, so many reasons to thank God for. Similarly, I am grateful to the mentors, our faculty members. Those who are molding not just souls, but molding persons who are trying to become what God has planned for them. We are not simply an ordinary business school. We're not simply an ordinary College of Commerce and Business Administration. But if I may add, we are a college with a heart. The college with the heart of God that not only strives for competence and commitment, but also compassion. That's the core values that we have. So for that, I also thank those who have been ahead of us, deans and professors who are even now enjoying the joys of heaven and watching over us and taking care of all of us, as well as our other alumni and members of the family, as I always call it. So today, I am with you, I share with you, and as we recognize the achievements of our alumni, we even double or even have more focus on telling God, thank you for all these gifts. Be inspired. And let us all be always praising God for all these gifts and benefits that we get, that He always shower on us. Again, I am so glad I'm here. I'm so glad that I'm part of this program. And may God continue to bless us all. God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, Reverend Father, for those inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker this morning is a distinguished leader in the field of banking and finance. Mr. Rafael G. Ayuste Jr. is an independent director of Bank of Commerce and regular director of the Philippine National Reinsurance Corporation, both publicly listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange. He also served as president of the Pacific Hyperbaric and Regenerative Corporation and sits on the boards of various private corporations with over 4 decades of experience in the Philippine banking industry, nearly 30 years of which were dedicated to trust banking. Mr. Ayuste has held senior leadership roles across major institutions. He was formerly Senior Vice President and Trust Officer of BDO Unibank's Trust and Investment Group and served as Trust Officer of BDO Private Bank. His distinguished career spans institutions such as Citibank N.A. Philippines, Bangko Santander, Metro Bank, Philippine National Bank, and Security Bank. Mr. Ayuste is a 4-term president and 7-term director of the Trust Officers Association of the Philippines, or TOAP, where he played a pivotal role in shaping trust and fiduciary regulations in collaboration with the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. His leadership contributed to reforms that benefited both the investing public and the financial industry. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in Business Administration from the University of Santo Tomas. He is also a nominee for a Master in Business Administration at De La Salle University and a Master in Business Economics at the University of Asia and the Pacific. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Rafael G. Ayuste Jr. for his keynote address.
Good morning. Thank you for that introduction. Every time I'm introduced in that manner, I feel like I'm 100 years old. Reverend Father Senen R. Ecleo, OP, Regent, Professor Al Faithrich C. Navarrete, PhD, Dean, Associate Professor Marie Antoinette L. Rosete, PhD, Assistant Dean, Ms. Michelle Ivan M. Avila, MA, RPC College Secretary, Ms. Irene Arroyo, COCAFI President, Salvador Serrano, Outstanding Alumni Awardee, Ruben Nagtalon, Outstanding Alumni Awardee, esteemed members of the Academe of the UST College of Commerce and Business Administration, student body, and students of the college, good morning. Right. Do I have a clicker? May clicker ba? Do you have a clicker? Let me start by, how do I do this? Okay, are we connected already? So we're not connected yet. First, I like to thank UST College of Commerce and Administration for the invitation to be part of this event today. It's an honor to be here. Right? 92 years of excellence. Right? And if I may quote Father Ecleo, a college with a heart for God. UST has been a big part of who I became, of who I am today. 4 years. I wish that someone in that 4 years had a talk to tell me, be serious. Stop going to Maraita and watching movies. Wala na yun ngayon, eh. So where do you go and watch movies? SM? Okay, right. During our time, that was 42 years ago, that was at the height of, are we on? No. Are we showing? Okay. The EDSA revolution. That was in 1986. You were not born yet, so don't look back. It's a blank canvas. Right. 1986. I think that year we went to school for about 4 or 5 weeks, and snap election happened. The EDSA revolution happened, and I'm ad-libbing here. I'm waiting for the slides to come on. It's here. Okay. Oh, there. It's not working. Oh, there. Let me start by saying that my talk is about me and my failures to where I am today. I have dyslexia, and this is my story. When I was in grade 1, the difficulty was trying to pin down the words on my textbook. It appears that whenever I read, the letters and the words, they float. Right? Dyslexia is a processing learning disability. I failed grade 1. The only reason they passed me in grade 1 is because they didn't want to see me again for the 3rd year. I went to grade 2. The same thing happened. I remember in grade 1, my classmates were already doing A, E, I, O, U. But I couldn't. For the life of me, I couldn't pin down the words and the letters. Grade 2 was the same. It was very difficult because I couldn't read. Can you imagine reading something simple, and yet it was a struggle for me? Again, they passed me grade 2 because they didn't want to see me again for the 3rd year. Right? I went to grade 3. The same thing happened. I failed grade 3 because I couldn't read. But somewhere along the line, a teacher, took me under her wings and worked with me, right? I'm Punch, and my teacher was Plush. Somebody threw an IKEA monkey to help me through the process. I think I need to be here. Failure is a part of who we are. Don't think that you will not fail. Failure is a staple. But it's what you do with failure that will determine where you are headed for. Right. It's not following my... Right. Success doesn't mean that you don't have failures. Success simply means that you're able to come back every time. Failure is clarity. Success is euphoria. Success, you move forward. You don't think back. Failure allows you to take a moment and reflect on what happened. It allows you to have a better perspective. It allows you clarity. And it's the best teacher, right? It's the best teacher to help you through the process. It identifies your strength as well as your weaknesses. Your weaknesses, you need to be able to work around it. In my case, dyslexia was a major part of who I was at a young age. I did not allow it to define who I am. A lot of other symptoms of dyslexia: directionality, opposite words, I cannot understand. If you tell me to go right, I'm likely to go left. If I'm going up using an elevator, I'm likely to press down. If you're going into the elevator and I'm inside, please do not go in, because I'm likely to press the close rather than the open. But I refuse to let that define me, right? I decided very early on that those difficulties will just be a minor part of who I will become. Because of my dyslexia, I'm able to build the capacity to recover very quickly. I developed the capacity of having a thick skin. Pag mapahiya ako, that's okay. Because I will recover and I will come back. Right. It allows me to look at things from a very different perspective. I mentioned earlier, I hope that at that time when I was here, someone told me that my degree is very important. The time that I put for my accounting is very important as a leader. I have a question for you. Think in your head your favorite subject and your least favorite subject. Okay? Now give me that answer. You don't have to shout out whether it's your favorite or least favorite. Baka nandito yung professor mo at makita na least favorite yung subject niya. Alright? So, may I request you, young lady, to give me the answer? Sorry? Security and analysis. Sorry, I got lost. Security analysis, all right? When you're in investment, right? When you're in investment, you need to understand where investments are headed for. You need to understand the fundamentals of your investments. Is that the right subject? Yes, okay. I wish someone actually told me that accounting 101, 102, 103, and 104 is going to be a major part of my leadership. Why? I need to understand if I, on a good year, should load up on my expenses. On a bad year, defer some expenses. Right? One time, I received a financial statement where the income statement, or the balance sheet rather, was not balanced. It was prepared by a CPA. If I signed on that document, the implication of that is going to be quite massive. I'll get audited by BIR. My creditors will ask, why is your balance sheet not balanced? If I do not trust your balance sheet, do I trust you? Will I give you a loan or not? It seems that you're not capable. We talk about economics. I never liked it before, right? But everything that you do today, your coffee, you used to buy it at 140, it's now 160. That's inflation. Why is the BSP targeting inflation? How does that affect me as a leader? Why is the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas governor stated that there's only so much that monetary policy can do today, given the structural problems that we have, particularly in terms of corruption. How does that affect me? How does that affect my business? If our growth rate is at 3%, where our target is at 5%, how does that change the business dynamics? How does that change my investment for next year? Do I hold back and wait, or I go ahead and pursue? I wish someone talked to me about the importance of all the subjects that I go through. HR, because of the mindset of the young people, I hope you're not, our attrition rate in the companies that I work with runs at around 14 or 15%. The issue is not always about money. It's about career growth. So what are our companies doing to ensure that career growth is part of talent management? And it's the same for taxation. The very first paycheck that you receive when you start working has a tax component. The very first sale for the entrepreneur has a tax component that you will have to face with on day one on your first sale. Each and every subject that you have today, take a closer look. Are you spending time with your studies, or are you spending time in SM Lazaro, San Lazaro? Your degree is your foundation. It's not a guarantee that you'll succeed because you have a degree, but it puts all of you at the same starting point. Those with a higher grade, your cum laude and summa cum laude, may have 2 steps ahead of them. But that doesn't mean that they will succeed in the same manner. What happens next is really up to each one of you. Your footing, hard work. Do you put in the hard work today, or do you coast along? That's going to happen whether you are studying or you are working. Hard work is not optional. When you go to work, talent is commonplace. But what sets you apart is discipline. Discipline will determine how far you will go. But I work smart. I don't need to work hard. I just work smart. So when you are done with your project, right? You're given a project at work. You're done with your project. Do you just go and watch YouTube? I'm done. I'm just waiting for 5 o'clock to go home. Or do you go to your boss and ask, I'm done with my work for today. Is there anything else that I can do? Do you do that? When you're done with your homework or your group work, do you ask for something more? Or are you already happy with your production? I remember my boss in Citibank. She was pregnant. She had a difficult pregnancy. The 10 hours that she spent at work, 5 hours was hugging the toilet because she was throwing up. I could have just sat back and say, she was working 5 hours, therefore, I need to deliver only 5 hours. What I did, I asked her, Ma'am, can I open your mail? Back in the day, we have papers. We use paper. We use email, but sparingly. We use pen and paper. I open her 50 mails a day. That's how many she gets. You know how it is in Citibank. The priority documents, I put a red paper clip so that when she comes back, she will look at those in red paper clips. That's going to be a priority. The yellow or the orange are second priority. The green is for your information. Instead of slacking, I decided that I need to help my boss for our department. Up to this day, whenever we get together, she will always mention that I help her through that difficult time in her life by working hard. So it's not good enough that you work smart. You must also always look at it from working hard perspective. Trailblaze. When you work hard, you absorb more. You get different projects. You understand more. That allows you to look at things from a very different perspective, a wider perspective. The difference between a leader and someone who's not is the magnitude of information the leader has. The leader has able to absorb. Therefore, it's critical for us to work hard, right? It's critical for us to have that perspective that I need to get as much information as I can, as much knowledge as I can, therefore allowing me to move up. Trailblazing allows you the potential to do better, to do more. It's calculated risk. Never go into an investment without calculated risk, without understanding what you're getting into. The same with innovation. It's not enough that you innovate, but you should be able to innovate properly. Critical thinking. What's your favorite Gen AI? Gemini. Oh, yeah. I like Gemini. I can change my wardrobe without changing my wardrobe, right? Who's a fan of ChatGPT? Sa students, wala eh. Oh. Sa students, they don't use Gen AI. Okay, again. The professors are in front. Therefore, they cannot see you. And they will not turn their back. Who's a fan of ChatGPT? Raise your hands. Talagang wala. ChatGPT, Gemini, GoPilot, Otter, Beautiful.ai, all of that, very good. But it doesn't provide you with the critical thinking that you need to succeed. When you're seated in front of your boss, you cannot go, ChatGPT, my boss is saying this. Critical thinking is crucial. At this stage in your life, start by practicing it. ChatGPT is good. It will refine, it will enhance, but it will not do the critical thinking for you. The critical thinking happens with you today. It allows you to analyze data. It allows you to argue the mass thinking, the common thinking. And it allows you clarity of your decision. Don't get me wrong, ChatGPT is a good friend, but critical thinking should be your best friend. It should allow you the process. Processing is important. You cannot just absorb without processing data. Tenacity wins all the time. Failure is data. What does that mean? Failure is information. Failure is information that you can use for your benefit to improve. Tenacity is not really not failing or not falling. It's your ability to get back to your feet. Allow yourself to grieve for your errors, for your failure. Give it 1 day, give it 2 days, then recover. Do not stay longer than 2 days. It becomes depression. And you don't want that, right? So you should be able to recover very quickly from all your failures and every time you fall. Now we talk about your values. Earlier, Reverend Father Ecleo said, commerce is a college with a heart. Your values. What are your values? And what are your disciplines? We talk about integrity. Integrity is painful. When everyone's doing ChatGPT and you stand firm, I am going to use my brain, not ChatGPT, to do my homework, my assignment. That's painful. Particularly when they get higher grades than you. Parang kopya lang yan. Yung pinagkopyahan mo, mas mababa ang grade kaysa sa'yo. Right? Integrity in the workplace is the same. It's going to be painful. But your integrity, your values will now come to play. Your reputation compounds more than capital. In the same way that I always believe that my rank, my role, my rank, my position will come with money. I do not run after money. I always run after position. Because position will come with money. Right? In the same manner, integrity will allow you to prosper. Integrity compounds, but integrity hurts, and it hurts a lot. Leadership. We talk about leadership. Leadership is owning your failures, your mistakes. You never point to people and say, kasalanan niya eh. Kasalanan ng staff ko. Kasalanan ng manager ko. Hindi niya ako in-inform. Mali ang analysis niya. Right? You have to take ownership. When there's a failure, what I do, I'll call the person to my room and we'll have a conversation. Sometimes very stern, sometimes very angry. But when I face the world, that's my error. It's not the error of my manager or my clerk or my staff. It's my error. It's leadership. It's accountability. It's learning to say that that error happened because of my leadership, my inability to correct before the report was filed. Right? You have to own your wins and your losses. You have to own your wins also. Hindi ako yan. Right? Sila lang yan, sila lang yan, sila lang yung nagtrabaho. Ako hindi. Don't do that. A leader should be able to do both. Celebrate your wins and work on your losses. And no excuses. It's easy to pinpoint. It's easy to say, someone else did the error. I'm not accountable. And believe me, there will be people like that. But maybe not you guys. The beauty about the Philippines is that we're anchored on the family. We don't need therapists. Our tita, our tito are always there, whether we like it or not, right? Our family is our anchor. I work hard for my spouse and my children, and for my brothers, and for my parents, to give them things that they may not be able to afford on their own. Right? We are always anchored with family, and that's the most important part of who you become when you're a leader. But more important than that is a God-centered leadership. You will encounter problems. You will encounter failures. You will encounter bashing. You will encounter trolls and nega people. But I always pray Psalm 91 to help me through the most difficult times in my life. And it works. It helps me by being centered, by going back to my core. Sometimes, things in the office do not happen the way you like. There was an instance where I had to become a whistleblower. A problem came about. No, multiple problems came about. I have two choices. Go with the flow, point to everyone else, and say, hindi ko problema yan. I did not make those problems. Those problems were created by my predecessor. I could do that. It's simple, right? But the other way is, I need to escalate it. And it cost me my promotion for several years. But at the end of the day, it's between me and God. And I can sleep well at night knowing that I did the right thing. And when I meet my God, I can safely say, yeah, I did not get promoted, but I'm here with you. Always anchor on God. Start your prayer by thanking God, by praising God, and just go ahead and tell your sorrows. The Adoration Chapel is a good place to be in, well, whether you have problems or not, but more often than not, I'm there whenever I have problems, whenever I feel that I'm the only one running and everyone has actually stopped. Second to the last slide, look to your right. Look at the face of that person beside you. Who is that person today? And who is that person going to be 10 years from now? Will that person be a God-centered leader? Or will that be a leader at all cost? The beauty of being in UST is you're God-centered. And that is crucial. So remember the faces. Remember that who they will become, hopefully, they will continue to be God-centered. It's not about the job. It's not about the salary. It's about the leader who you will be. And last, the right path is rarely crowded. Not all of us will be CEOs, will be directors, right? But for those that have decided that's the path that you want to take, it is possible. And when the crowd goes, this is right, when the crowd goes right, you may want to take a different road, a God-centered road. So always choose discipline, always choose integrity over everything else. Choose faith, and at the end of the day, you are not only accountable to the company that you build, the company that you work with, you're ultimately accountable to God. And with that, I'd like to thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ayuste, for sharing your insights and inspiring us with your dyslexia to boardroom journey. To express our appreciation, we now proceed with the awarding of the Certificate of Appreciation to our keynote speaker. To award our Certificate of Appreciation to Mr. Rafael Ayuste Jr., may we invite Reverend Father R. Ecleo, OB Regent, Professor Alfred Rich C. Navarrete, PhD Dean, Associate Professor Marie Antoinette L. Rosete, PhD Assistant Dean, and Ms. Irene Arroyo, COCAFI President. The certificate is proudly presented to Mr. Rafael G. Ayuste, Jr. in sincere appreciation of your invaluable contribution as the keynote speaker during the General Convocation of the 92nd College Week themed Road to a Century of Excellence, 92 Years of Shaping Innovators and Trailblazers. Your insights and words of inspiration greatly enriched the occasion and motivated the college community as we continue our journey toward excellence. Given this 28th day of February 2026 at the UST Medicine Auditorium. Signed by Reverend Father Senen R. Ecleo OP, Regent of the UST College of Commerce and Business Administration, and Professor Alfred C. Navarrete, PhD Dean, UST College of Commerce and Business Administration. Once again, thank you, Mr. Ayuste. One of the highlights of today's convocation is the recognition of alumni who have exemplified excellence, leadership, and service in their respective fields. This year, the College of Commerce and Business Administration is proud to recognize 2 outstanding alumni awardees. To introduce our first awardee, may I call on stage Assistant Professor Mary Hildens M. Baluyot, MSc. She is an alumna of the UST College of Commerce and Business Administration, graduated with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in Economics, cum laude, batch 1982. She served as a Dean of the College of Commerce and Business Administration from 2013 to 2016. And now, she is currently an academic staff of the Department of Business Economics.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Salvador Badi Serrano is a certified public accountant with over 36 years of experience in the banking industry. He earned his Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in Accounting, batch 1986, from the University of Santo Tomas, and pursued graduate studies in Business Administration at De La Salle University. He currently serves as Senior Vice President and Head of the Store Operations Group of East West Bank, where he oversees nationwide branch operations and leads initiatives focused on efficiency, innovation, and customer service. One of his notable national contributions was his role in the implementation of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Cash Service Alliance Initiative, a collaborative effort aimed at improving cash delivery and operational guidance. Under its leadership and operational guidance, East West Bank was recognized as the BSP Outstanding Stakeholders Award in 2025, alongside only 6 other financial institutions, an accolade that underscores his contribution to improving cash availability and reliability for wage earners, micro-entrepreneurs, rural communities, and other cash-dependent sectors. Throughout his career, Serrano has held key leadership positions in major financial institutions, including Senior Vice President and Head of Operations Group at BDO Network Bank, First Vice President and Head of the Loans Administration Department at BDO Unibank, Chief Operations Officer at GE Moneybank, Branch Banking Group Head at PBCom, Vice President and Head of Branch Banking Operations at Security Bank, and Head of the Controllership Group at Asia Trust Bank. His outstanding service to the profession was formally recognized in 2010 when he received the Pearl Award from the Bankers Institute of the Philippines, BIPhil, the highest honor bestowed upon an associate member. He served as a BIPhil board member from 2007 to 2013 and as president for fiscal year 2012-2013. And he remains a lifetime sustaining member. From fiscal years 2022 to 2026, he serves as chairman of the Products, Bank Operations, and Management Course Committee, helping shape professional education and capacity building for banking practitioners nationwide. He has also been actively involved in BIPhil special projects for over 20 years, advancing advocacy, outreach, and community engagement. At the national level, Serrano has contributed to the integrity and governance of the country's financial infrastructure. He served as board member and chairman of the Compliance, Risk Management, and Compliance Committee of the Philippine Clearing House Corporation for fiscal year 2022-2023. He is likewise a board member of BancNet, serving on its audit and operations committees for fiscal years 2023 to 2025, helping ensure sound oversight, risk management, and operational efficiency in critical interbank systems relied upon by millions of Filipinos. His dedication to education and leadership development is reflected in his service for youth and academia. He was a member of the National Judging Committee for the 2016-10 Outstanding Students of the Philippines Search and previously served as chairman of both the National Screening Committee and the National Judging Committee for the 2014 search. Earlier in his career, he was a college professor at Arellano University from 1987 to 1991, teaching accounting and management and mentoring future professionals. In 2014, he authored the Business Banking Handbook on Distribution Channels, Branch Banking, and published in commemoration of the 50th anniversary and 65th foundation year of the Bankers Association of the Philippines. The work continues to serve as a valuable reference for banking professionals and institutions contributing to knowledge development within the field. From the field of banking and finance, we honor Mr. Salvador Serrano.
To award the plaque and token of appreciation for Mr. Serrano, may I call on stage Reverend Father Senen R. Ecleo, OP Regent, Professor Alfit Rich C. Navarrete, PhD Dean, Associate Professor Marie Antoinette L. Rosete, PhD Assistant Dean, Mr. Rafael Ayuste, our keynote speaker, Ms. Irene Arroyo, COCAFI President, and Assistant Professor Mary Hildens M. Baluyot, MSc.
Reverend Father Senen Ecleo, OP, our Regent, Professor Al Faithrich Navarrete, PhD, our Dean, Associate Professor Marie Antoinette Rosete, PhD, our Assistant Dean. Of course, the one who introduced me, Assistant Professor Mary Hildens Baluyot, MS, former Dean of the College of Commerce and Business Administration. My friend, Ms. Irene Arroyo, President of the UST College of Commerce Alumni Foundation, Inc. or COCAFI. Mr. Rafi Ayuste, our guest speaker and former colleague at BDO and Security Bank. Our co-awardee for the Outstanding Alumni Awards in the field of community service, Mr. Nuki Nagtalon Jr. Distinguished faculty members, fellow alumni, students, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I stand before you deeply honored and grateful to receive the Outstanding Alumni Award in the field of banking and finance from the College of Commerce and Business Administration of the University of Santo Tomas. As we celebrate the 92nd year of our beloved college, we are proud to gather under the theme, Road to a Century of Excellence, 92 years of shaping innovators and trailblazers. This celebration is not only about looking back at our achievements, it is about honoring the values that will guide us forward. When I entered UST as a young student of commerce 40 years ago, I did not yet realize how profoundly this institution would shape my life. Beyond technical knowledge and professional preparation, UST instilled in me its core values: commitment, competence, and compassion. Commitment to remain steadfast in integrity and responsibility. Competence to pursue excellence and continuous improvement in all that we do. Compassion to ensure that our work ultimately serves people, especially those who rely on us the most. Throughout my years in banking and leadership, these values have guided my decisions. Commitment has meant upholding ethical standards, even in challenging situations. Competence requires lifelong learning and discipline. Compassion has reminded me that behind every system, every policy, and every transaction are individuals and families striving for a better future. Leadership, I have learned, is not about position. It is about stewardship. It is about building institutions that are trustworthy, mentoring the next generation, and ensuring that our work contributes to something greater than ourselves. To our Dean, Assistant Dean, and Regent, Thank you for continuing to form Tomasians who are not only skilled professionals, but also principled leaders. To Ms. Irene Arroyo and the officers and trustees of COCAFE, thank you for keeping our alumni community strong and engaged. To Ms. Angelita Caloyong, thank you for your unwavering guidance and hands-on coordination throughout the entire event. And to Ms. Maria Luisa Alandi Dadia, who cannot join us this morning, a fellow outstanding alumni awardee of the College of Commerce and Business Administration, thank you for your trust and confidence in nominating me for this honor. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to my family, relatives, and friends, especially those who are with me in this momentous event. Jen, Kath, and Kyle, and June. Thank you for your time. And of course, I just want, to do a special mention to my dear friend and batchmate. Can you stand up, of course? Ms. Shirley Garobo Felix, Vice President of the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation and incumbent President of the Bankers Institute of the Philippines. Thank you. Your unwavering support, encouragement, and prayers have sustained me throughout the years. In moments of challenge and in times of success, you have been my constant source of strength. This recognition is as much yours as it is mine. To the students here today, as you walk your own road to excellence, remember that success is measured not merely by achievement, but by character. Let commitment anchor you, competence distinguish you, and compassion define you. As we journey toward a century of excellence, may we continue to shape innovators and trailblazers who are guided by faith, grounded in integrity, and dedicated to service. Above all, I offer my deepest gratitude to our Lord Jesus Christ, to whom I return all the glory. For every opportunity, every lesson, and every blessing, I am thankful. To the University of Santo Tomas, thank you for molding me not only into the professional I am today, but into the person I continue to become. Within your halls, I was shaped by discipline, strengthened by challenges, and grounded in faith and excellence. I carry the Tomasian spirit with great pride and gratitude always and wherever life leads me. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang UST.
Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations, Mr. Salvador Serrano. We shall now proceed to present our second Outstanding Alumni Awardee. To introduce our second awardee, may I call on stage Professor Mary Caroline N. Castano, PhD from batch 1983. She is full-blooded Tomasian who completed her secondary education at the UST Education High School and holds 2 degrees from the College of Commerce and Business Administration, a BSc in Business Administration 1983, and BSc in Accounting 1986. During this period, she is a working scholar. She obtained her MBA and PhD at the UST Graduate School. Throughout her distinguished career, she has held key administrative roles, including serving as chairperson of the Department of Business Administration, acting assistant dean of the College of Commerce and Accountancy, and faculty secretary of the UST Graduate School. Her unwavering commitment to the university has been recognized with the Dangal ng UST Award for over 30 years of service, as well as the Distinguished Tomasian Alumni Award. Currently, she serves as an academic staff in both the CCBA and graduate school, specializing in teaching research courses. Beyond the classroom, she is a dedicated researcher for the research cluster of social science and education, and currently chairs the UST Graduate School Ethics Committee and Student Welfare and Development Committee.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Ma'am Mitch. Good morning. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Nagtalon, our distinguished digital technology leader with over 2 decades of experience driving transformative strategies across cloud computing, cybersecurity, IoT, smart cities, and healthcare innovation. Known for aligning emerging technologies with business objectives, he has successfully led large-scale digital transformation initiatives that have enabled both startups and major enterprises to thrive in an increasingly connected, data-driven world. Recognized as one of the Philippines' top cyber leaders, he has built a reputation for technological reengineering, operational streamlining, and future-proofing organizations. His leadership has delivered measurable results in complex, mission-critical environments, particularly in healthcare and public infrastructure, where his innovative solutions have strengthened service delivery and long-term sustainability. From 2016 to 2023, he served as a consultant to the Chinese General Hospital and Medical Center, leading a comprehensive digital transformation program that modernized hospital operations, improved patient care systems, and integrated advanced healthcare IT infrastructure. Earlier in his career, he spearheaded the successful Oracle-based database migration of the Government Services Insurance System, the GSIS, following a major system crash, ensuring continuity of critical services for millions of members. He played a key role in the master planning of Clark Green City under Bases Conversion and Development Authority, contributing to the vision of a 36,000-hectare sustainable and technologically advanced urban center. His early career highlights include providing technical due diligence for the privatization of the Manila water and sewerage system, facilitating the congressional franchise and acquisition of Air Philippines, now PAL Express, and leading strategic telecommunications benchmarking initiatives for Filipino Telephone Corporation, or the PhilTel. Beyond his professional achievements, he is deeply committed to advancing the technology community in the Philippines. He is a co-founder of the Cloud Security Alliance, Philippines, and an active member of the Information Security Officers Group and the Business Continuity Managers Association. He serves as Vice President and Executive Director of Mindanao Humanitarian Volunteers for Peace. His accolades include multiple Philippine Quill and Gold Anvil Awards, as well as recognition from ISOG as one of the top 20 Filipino cyber leaders and Best Chief Information Officers, Technology Officer of the Year for Healthcare. Mr. Nagtalon continues to champion innovation, cybersecurity, excellence, and resilient digital ecosystems that empower organizations and communities. From the field of community service, we honor Mr. Ruben Rookie Nagtalon.
To award the plaque and token of appreciation for Mr. Nagtalon, may I call on stage Reverend Father Senen R. Ecleo OP Regent, Professor Alfred Rich C. Navarrete, PhD Dean, Associate Professor Marie Antoinette L. Rosetta, PhD, Assistant Dean, Mr. Rafael Ayuste, our keynote speaker, Ms. Irene Arroyo Cocafi, President, and Professor Mary Carlin N. Castaño, PhD.
Good morning. I'm actually a bit surprised when I received the letter of invitation to be awarded as an alumni. And the reason I'm starting with this is when I saw the paper in front of us, it said I had an acceptance speech, so I come in unprepared, which speaks of my journey also 35 years ago when I came into the halls of UST. I am no different from everybody here. Well, I'm not sure if like everybody, I always came in with one ball pen. That is the only preparation I had. Now I can tell that to my dad who's here. But of course, when he asks, I'm always prepared. Distinguished guests, fellow alumni, and mentors. Standing here today to receive the Outstanding Alumni Award for Community Service is a profound honor that brings my journey to full circle. 35 years ago, I entered UST, like probably most of you, through the arc of the century, entering its landscape, not knowing what to expect, coming from an exclusive boys' school. Then I see I had classmates who were wearing skirts. We only see them during school fairs. And now, right beside. Our keynote speaker said, "Look to your right." I did. A few years later, she's now my wife. So with extra care, please be sure when you look to the right, have a very clear intention in mind. Over 2 decades in the technology sector, in finance, in consulting, and advisory, has taught me one universal truth. Systems are built with code, but communities are built with commitment. While my career has often been defined by numbers, data, and in the recent times, most likely the year where you were born, cloud systems and cybersecurity. This recognition reminds me that technology is never the end goal. It is simply a vehicle. The true objective has always been and must always be service. It is fantastic and great, and I will speak with full reverence. It is such an honor to be a Thomasian. The community will teach you a lot of things. To mix and mingle with the different races, to mix and mingle with people from the different regions and financial classes. Entering UST, you will learn that all of us are equal, of equal standing, of equal footing. We learn the words agape, or sharing. Hence why, during exam, it is bad to steal. So we share our answers with our seatmates. But the other is you learn to speak and coexist with the different people around you. Resilience, our keynote speaker was saying earlier, and grit. You learn that in UST. A lot on television would speak of flood control projects. If you're from UST, you would know flooding is a way of life. When I entered the university, nobody explained that España becomes its own ocean. And the person who rides his jet ski, I think still today he does, when the rains come pouring down. The other part, for those who are day session, curious, who are morning sessions here? Oh, some hands. Afternoon? Evening? Mostly afternoon. Us in the evening sessions would know this best. If it rains and it floods, there's no way for you to go home. The university will take care of you. You will stay inside the buildings, inside your colleges, and that becomes a party and a soiree altogether. So if you had crushes, this is the opportune time to meet them. So a lot of us would look forward to the flooding because 1, there are no classes. 2, there are no exams. 3, si crush, makakatabi ko na siya. But what we learn here of grit and camaraderie and community, you take when you leave UST. You learn to exist and coexist with the world outside, with tools that can only be learned, experienced, and developed within this campus. I kid you not. I've worked with the biggest companies, and some of them in service. I've worked with one of the esteemed event directors. I won't mention his name. But within his organization, there are different graduates of the different universities. And in one of his eccentricities, he decided, since having multiple projects, to give it on a per university handling. UST will handle one account, the other schools will, which no, I won't mention, will handle the other accounts. And in a language an eccentric director would express, and please forgive me, I know we are in a royal, pontifical, and Catholic university, but his words started with, PI, nilamon ng mga taga-UST, yung trabaho nung iba. And everyone who will stand here, including my co-alumni, your keynote speaker, and every graduate of UST will tell you, we will always perform outside. Where you stand academically, that is all entirely up to you. But who you will be the minute you step out of this campus, the service that you provide is undeniably Thomasian. And for commerce, undeniably, those trailblazers that were being mentioned earlier comes from commerce. There are 3 pillars of service in the digital age. First is inclusivity. Technology must never be a barrier. It must be a bridge. Our work isn't just about protecting data. It's about protecting the dignity, the digital dignity of every Filipino. The second is sustainability. Whether in public infrastructure, healthcare, innovation is only successful if it is built to last for the generations that follow us. A question was raised earlier. Who uses AI? Siyempre, walang aamin. In my company, we are a 100% Filipino-owned organization. One of our founders and president is also a Thomasian from the College of Architecture. He's also an awardee. And we can tell you for a fact that every tool that you can use, including AI, is beneficial and critical to the professional improvement of not only yourself, your organization, but the country as well. And we would notice this quite a lot, undeniably. If you've worked with a person for the last 2-3 years, you would know how they speak, their expression, their writing manner. And then 2 years ago, something popular came about, ChatGPT 4. Unbeknownst to most, if ever you've used Google, it was using 3.5 all the way down to 1. We always request reports from people, somewhat like yourselves. And then one day, comes to the office with a writing of such eloquence and grammatical proficiency, using words that you can only search through an encyclopedia or a thesaurus. I am not sure if there's a pill in any drugstore that can help you with that, but if it's a tool that will help you improve, so be it. Embrace it. Don't deny it. Don't deny who you are as a person. Because at the end of the day, AI will be dependent on the kind of questions you ask, the details you want to know. You have to be specific, which goes back to each individual in this room. It can never trump your insight. It will never trump your instincts. Trust your gut. That is who you are. You're Thomasians. You've gone through floods. All the other schools, they see water up to their ankles, they panic. In our batch then, when they ask, nasaan na yung tubig sa dapitan? Gutter. Shoots may pasok. Next question. Lubog na ba Espanya? Brads, nakakadaan pa yung jeep. Nako, makakapasok pa si Prof. You have that resiliency in you. It's innate and it's developed. You will use that the day you graduate, and you will be thankful for it. The last of that pillar is humanity. No matter how smart or intelligent our cities will be, our buildings have become, they are hollow without the spirit of volunteerism and peace. But as I stand here receiving this outstanding alumni award for community service, I am actually aware that no leader is an island. My capacity to serve others has been built on the very bedrock of those who first served me. To my dad and my mom, thank you for being my first examples of integrity and hard work. You taught me that a name is only as good as the service attached to it. To my wife, you are my anchor and my greatest consultant. Thank you for your patience during the long nights of work, countless days of non-sleep, weekends spent in the field, in the office, and in other countries, doing the work of others to have them improve for the benefit of their organization and their people. For that, I will forever be grateful. To my children, you are the why behind every smart city and every secured network I work to build, to have a world that is safe and sustainable enough for your dreams. To my best friend, she's still en route. Alam mo naman ng Espanya, Manila, traffic, has not changed over the last 35 years. Thank you for the unfiltered advice and for keeping me grounded when the titles and accolades grow. Our work in the organizations that I belong to, in the communities that I am a part of, it's not just about protecting data. It is about protecting the digital dignity of every Filipino. No matter how difficult things may be, your integrity will drive you through. Our keynote mentioned a phrase in the Bible, which I do also have, and I have held on to this since I was young. Matthew 6, verse 34. Today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. Today has its own problems. Today will take care of itself. So if you think about it, you've already crossed yesterday. So pretty much it took care of itself. Hello there. Please say hello to my best friend. And if ever any one of you wants to have a future with the Gokongwei group, yan ang isa sa pinakamataas. reporting kayo sa kanya. I will repeat the line because I mentioned this just before she came in. To my best friend, thank you for the unfiltered advice and for keeping me grounded when the titles and accolades grow. I accept this award not as recognition of past achievements, but as a renewed commission to continue building a resilient, secured, empowered, and safe Philippines. To the next generation, that's all of you. Believe. Your grades will not dictate who you are at work. It is good to aim high, make it high. Your titles at the end of your name, a lot of us have those. That's for your achievement, that's for your parents and for your family who have served you. But use your skills, your talent for the betterment of the people around you. And don't just aim to best in class, to best in school. Aim to be the best in the world. Make a mark. Make a mark as a Filipino, and make your mark as a Tomasian. Aim to be the best for the world. Use your expertise to serve, and the impact will be far more permanent than any code you will ever write, any platform you will ever develop, and any AI tool will ever tell you. It will go back to the first point. It goes back to the person. I have been given the privilege and the chance to extend the service. As a football player, which I represented UST, I had to stop because I had to work. But I got to continue at a later stage in my life and been given another chance as part of the university alumni football team of UST. The same tool we were able to use to bring peace to Mindanao. Many years since 2011, Mindanao has been known, especially the southernmost 3 islands, has been known to be problematic and challenged. Actions made by a few people, but the communities around them affected. And the chance of a soccer ball brought the major difference. And it was written at one point, there was a psychotic, middle-aged individual, most likely having midlife crisis, started the football program with members of the military, the Philippine Marines, in no other area but deep in Sulu. By the way, this is the one with the midlife crisis. We were able to teach the kids to see through their chaos, their life of guns and war. They became aspirational. They had hope where there was none. The very essence of being a Tomasian was shared over there. And from that, we were actually able to bring in 2016, she's a Salif by bloodline, protector of Muhammad, to UST. She went to the university here, 16 years old, never been out of her island, a chance for a good education. It was a challenge. You're bringing a young Muslim woman to the Royal, Pontifical, and Catholic University. Some would have said, you are out of your mind, which we regularly get. But the Thomasian community held hands. The sporting community of UST held hands and supported her. It was too much for a 16-year-old. She eventually went home to Sulu. Upon arriving back, what she saw here in UST gave her the realization to say, we can do this. And last year, she graduated BS Education in Mindanao State University in Jolo, where she started an all-female soccer team, and she's now the inspiration of a lot of kids in Mindanao. In the same thrust with the soccer ball, the program's name is called Football for Peace. If you research that and you research my name, you will see a lot of our activities bringing kids from war-torn Mindanao to Manila, 400 at a time, to see how we are here, how we coexist. The shirts we brought there, we never saw on the mountaintops where guns are. And officially, as of 2023, the Abu Sayyaf is no more. They all quit because all of them wanted to play soccer and get a good education. And from that one Salif girl, we were able to make graduate 7, 2 of whom are Thomasians. It starts with 1. It moves forward from there. Each one of you here is that catalyst that the world is waiting for. Your grades will not tell you that. Your scores will not be in any way measuring that. Who you are and who you become the minute you step out into this world will be the one to dictate that. And as I end, I thank my Thomasian community. I know I'm not the best student when I entered. I am definitely outstanding. I'm always outside the classroom. I majored in extracurricular, minored in academics, but to be fair, I maintained the 2 average. And the reason I majored in extracurricular, because I thought it was like high school. Your Thomasian album, your annual, I thought they will list down all your organizations. Only to find out after you graduate, they'll come out only with 3. My professor told me, if you didn't join all of those, you would have been in the dean's list. I actually would never know, because I joined every organization possible. So, if it comes to my CV, it will say, wow, multitasking. Never happened. But because of that experience, what I am today, I owe back to the university and to the college who bred me. To the professors who you may not like right now, I promise you, you will be close later on. You will earn the respect. But remember this, courtesy is owed. You owe people the courtesy. Give them that. And I promise you, and even the school, you can promise them, you will make them proud someday. With that, thank you and have a good day. Go UST! Go UST!
Once again, congratulations to our outstanding alumni awardees. Your achievements bring pride and honor to our beloved college. To formally close today's convocation, may I call the Dean of the College of Commerce and Business Administration, Professor Alfred Rich C. Navarrete, PhD, to deliver the closing remarks.
Reverend Father Senen R. Ecleo OP, our Regent, Associate Professor Marie Antoinette L. Rosete, our Assistant Dean, Ms. Michelle Iban Abela, our College Secretary, Ms. Irene Arroyo, COCAPI President, academic officials, our esteemed academic staff, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our future Tomasian business leaders, good morning. As we conclude this general convocation and outstanding alumni awards, I am reminded of the theme we have carried throughout this Commerce Week celebration. Road to a Century of Excellence, 92 years of shaping innovators and trailblazers. We were honored to hear from our keynote speaker, Mr. Rafael G. Ayuste Jr. Sir, your 4 decades of leadership in the banking industry serves as a blueprint for the competence we strive to instill in our students. For the first time in a single event, we also celebrate our 2026 Outstanding Alumni Awardees, Mr. Salvador Buddy Serrano, Batch 86, whose commitment to the integrity of our national financial infrastructure has moved the industry forward. Mr. Ruben Thomas Nagtalon Jr., Batch 95, who exemplifies compassion through his humanitarian leadership and dedication to community service. To our students, look at the alumni we honor today, including our former Dean Mary and Dr. Castaño. They sat where you are sitting now. Diyan sila nakaupo nung estudyante sila. They are not just successful professionals. They are the embodiment of the core competencies of being a Tomasian. Competence, they have not only excelled but lead in their respective fields. Commitment, they have remained dedicated not only to their profession and the university, but also to integrity. Compassion, they have used their skill to serve the community and even the marginalized. To our students, you are being trained to be more than just innovators. You are being shaped to be a leader, as Regent mentioned, with the heart. So leaders with the heart, as we move toward our 100th year, remember that excellence is not just about the heights that you reach, but the integrity with which you climb. I would like to thank the organizers led by the overall chair of this year's College Week celebration, Mr. R.J. Mercado, our student volunteers, the UST College of Commerce Alumni Foundation Incorporated, COCAPI, the academic staff, the department chairs for making this event a success. Proud to be Tomasian and happy Commerce Week to all.
May I now request everyone to please stand for the singing of the UST hymn. Nandito pala. Thank you. Please be seated. For our students, the resume of classes would be 1 p.m.